Hey everybody, welcome to another video in Ashes of Creation. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the hybrid combat system that's currently kind of first pass, early iteration of integrating the action components along with the tab targeting type component. So before we kind of take a look at this stuff, I just want to reiterate that this is the early look at Alpha 1. It is the preview. And you know, a lot of the systems are very first pass, and you know, it's up to the testers that we're going to have present in the different phases of Alpha and Beta, kind of helping us to fine-tune and iterate upon these implementations. So you know, one of the most important things to keep in mind as you're watching this stuff is that you know, a lot of the art, while it looks, you know, great, we have an amazing artist team, but a lot of the art is first pass, including especially the UI. So keep that in mind. A lot of this UI is placeholder and will be further fleshed out as we get more along in the project. So talking a little bit about the hybrid combat system. Let's take a look at the skill system. So this is where players allocate skill points into their different either active skills, their passive abilities, which can augment their usage of weapons and armors and their health regeneration and passive stats and stuff like that. On the weapon side of things, you know, that's where you will spec into certain types of procs based off of weapon groupings. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about this in the past. If you have a dagger, daggers might have a chance to proc a bleed on your weapon attack, and that would synergize with an active skills ability, like let's say backstab, that does additional damage if the target is under a bleed effect. Now, we've said in the past that players will be able to allocate skill points into their active skills that are more geared towards either action combat or tab targeting. And, you know, as an example, you can kind of see, you know, these skills can have additional points allocated to them to unlock further features. Some of them can be tabbed to start and become action if you allocate additional skill points. And this is one of the ways that we kind of balance the skills between action and tab targeting, you know, requiring additional skill points in order to unlock certain features of that skill, and then it becomes a tab or an action type skill. So what I'd like to show you is, let's see if we can find some monsters. Can look for something nearby. Okay, here we go. We got some macaws. Oh, macaws and a raptor. So let me dismount here. One of the things I'm going to show you is essentially the weapon attack. So you see on the queue down here we have a oh, it's a silver guardian weapon. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this is a rare, like level 10 weapon. It's not too bad, but these guys I think are low, or like level 1. As you can see, I'm currently in the tab mode, essentially. Oh, look at the poor little thing fly. It's gonna be sad if I have to kill it. Wow, he's really moving. This thing's pathing all over the place. I can click and I can target. I can tab target if I want to. So yeah, tab between that. So this is the traditional kind of tab targeting. I can, you know, my camera movement is not tied to my cursor. I can kind of look around and do kind of stuff like that. I can look at my cool silver sword. Yeah, but players can very easily transition between tab targeting and action combat. By pressing Z, I now tie my cursor movement to my camera, and additionally a reticle has spawned. Now, like I said previously, the UI here is relatively rudimentary and very early, but essentially as I hover over targets with this reticle, I will get indicators through color and highlights on the reticle that will tell me essentially either distance to the target, whether or not a skill that I might have prepped could hit the target from this distance. I can left click and tab target a target currently. Now we'll change that to be right click. Right now it's left click, but it should be right click. And additionally, I can, when targeting an enemy this way, I can utilize my tab targeting skills. So I'll try to hook this dude. Come on over, little buddy. And my left click will attack. And I can use my kind of movements here. Another important thing to note, let's see if we can get a few of these guys, is that all weapons have a forward cone to some degree. Based on the weapon type, it'll change. Pole arms, for example, will have a much wider arc and much further out. Daggers will have a more fine-tuned arc, so you have to be more precise in that regard. So if I pull this sword, if I pull a few of these macaws, let's see if we can grab a few of them. Come on over, buddies. So we have a few macaws here. Little buddies, I feel horrible. But you'll see as I attack, I'm hitting multiple numbers of these opponents. And that's important because all weapons, regardless of if you're in reticle mode or tab targeting mode, you will be able to have a action-based type weapon attack. Not active skill, but weapon attack. Let me pull this guy. So, that's an important note. Weapons each have their own unique and individual forward arcs and distance that they deal damage to a target. Let's see if we can go over here and let me grab this little plant. What's up, buddy? Give me your goods. Should be some stuff here. Now, obviously, as I've said in the past, action, combat, and tab are two very different tempos. And, you know, if we had to go through and rework kind of combat not to be hybrid, I would lean more in favor of tab targeting with high mobility and a lot of template type attacks to kind of represent that more skill-oriented combat. But I think that through testing in alpha and beta, but especially alphas, that we will be able to fine-tune this so that it sits comfortably between the two different types of speeds, essentially. Oh, we got some mushrooms. Let me kill these mushrooms. There we go. Another thing that's important about kind of these action combats is the ability to kind of dodge and kind of moving out of the way of certain skill shots. And oh, that's a death cap. I don't think we want to do that one. Yeah, that's not. No, we can't do that one. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see players... Oh, here we go. It's going to be interesting to see essentially players kind of testing out this hybrid combat, seeing how it feels, getting an idea for essentially the balancing that's going to be required and hosting different types of CC effects across the different targeting methods. And iterating on this, and you guys are going to be a part of that every step of the way, giving great feedback as all of you do normally, which we appreciate on our Discord or forums or Reddit. It's always great to get kind of player feedback. Go bad for this crab. You know, Bacon made this crab, I think. Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at the hybrid combat system. And feel free to leave some comments. And I will see you guys back on stream here momentarily. Later.